Whoa. Dream it, believe it, become it. Come on up. Yep. We're in the house already. Yep. Phil, how you doing? Pound, how you doing? AAV, how you doing? Lee S. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Tunde's not going to be inside. Tunde's not going to be inside the vicinity today, simply because he's in camp. So you know it goes. You know what I mean? You know it goes. But be joining us because we've got lots to talk about. I'm glad that you lot saw the fight yesterday. Who's this? Levels and Yemi X. Yep, we are back. So big up. Mr. E, how you doing? You know there's only one place to start. So I'm just waiting for how you doing? Mark Prince should be joining me any second now. And so should Julius Francis. Let me just see where these guys are because they're taking liberties. But it was short notice because I was away on the weekend. I was in Manchester. I had some business up there to go and take care of. So I took care of that. And now I'm back. And we now have the former British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion.
Thank you. What's good?
I'm blessed, man. How are you, my friend?
Yes. All good. Just been out celebrating my eldest son's birthday. Just been out for a meal with him, my son Louis. Just been out with him and the family celebrating his birthday. Just been out for a meal with him. So yeah, good. To be around family and stuff and celebrate love and life. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's excellent. Happy birthday to Louis. I remember Louis was a little kid. I used to bring him down the gyms.
Yes. Yeah. Back in the day. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Julius, fair play to you. There's only one place to start. And it was that heavyweight dust up that we witnessed last night.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm seeing lots of people on there saying like scandalous stoppage, and things like that. Checkmate has just turned around and said he thought that was a scandalous stoppage. Who's this? What's on air? Don Man saying Wardley and Atama are the only ones who can cause Usyk problems, as they will put it on him. You know what? I'm hearing all that talk, but I don't want to go deal with it right now. You know what I mean? It takes a man to turn around and say when they were wrong, and you openly said like you were wrong on that fight because I know you strongly went for Joseph Parker.
Yeah, I did. I sided with Parker because the experience that he has. I felt not only just his experience, but I felt in his last fight when he fought Mike Bacoli, and he I know Bacoli came in there late, but Bacoli's a big puncher. Guy, he can take punches as well. He went and stopped him it was only a couple of rounds. And he looked good doing it. And I didn't think that he could have done that quick. But going on with obviously the Wardley fight, yes, I've watched Wardley over time, and I like what he's done and where he came from with the lack of experience. But I just felt in this fight that, for me, Parker had that experience. Parker's been to the very top of the mountain as a heavyweight. He's been world champion, fought countless times as a contender and as a champion. And I just felt that Wardley would take him places, but I felt that Parker would, if not stop him, but be able to outbox him and just stay ahead of him. Like when he fought, Wardley fought in his last fight. What's the guy's name? Hooley. That was it. Yeah, Hooley was outboxing him for most of the fight, and then obviously Wardley caught him with that his big straight right hand. And he ended it. What I saw in this fight, what I liked about how Parker started. Parker started using his jab, and it was a backwards and forwards fight, and I liked it, but I just felt that for me, Parker was just in front, going in, even into the later part of the fight. I know Wardley was coming back in the second half of the fight, but I just felt Parker was just a little bit ahead of him, you know. But like we say, that Wardley has proved that he's got a great chin. Tenacity is the thing about him. He just doesn't stop coming forward, trying, and he doesn't stop trying to land that right hand. And a beautiful punch that he's got. I don't know if you noticed it. His right uppercut. It's a great,
Bro,
fantastic.
do you know what? Do you know who that right uppercut reminded me of? Herbie Hyde.
Herbie. Did Herbie have a great right uppercut?
He did. He did, you know.
I know he was. Herbie was fast. I know he was fast. Because I used to spar with Herbie, so and I don't think I ever got caught with a right uppercut from him in particular. I know I got caught by a lot of other guys, but not by Herbie. Herbie, for me, was always lots of straight punches, very tenacious and whatever. But yeah, it was a great punch that he was throwing. And Parker caught it a couple of times, and he got wobbled by it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've watched the fight a couple of times today again, and I just think to myself, it is one of the best fights, the best heavyweight fights I've seen in a very, very long time. It has to go up.
I totally agree with you. You know what I mean?
With
But
it was a great fight. It was a great, fantastic fight, backwards and forwards.
yeah, a guy Joe who's saying like Herbie would throw it from a mile off and land, and that's the truth. That's what I'm saying. Herbie had a decent uppercut, you know. He did. Herbie had a decent uppercut.
Did he hit really well with it?
Yes.
Because I thought he hit really well. Lots of overhand rights. Yeah. So, last night.
One of my mates on there, Country Don, my brother from another mother, just said he's got a style like Pele Reed, and it is. And I remember you famously beat Pele Reed.
Right.
You know what I mean? What was that? That was 90. No, he's talking about Pele Reed. Country said that, and it's the truth because like Pele Reed.
Yeah, but he's talking about Herbie having that style or Wardley having that style.
No, he's talking about Wardley kind of having that Pele Reed style.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I want people to realize the thing that makes Wardley so good, is because he hasn't come from the archetypal place of boxing where boxing to him is made up in his head. So he has no limits because he just thinks like, right, I got to go do this, I got to go do this. If he'd have grown up in the old-fashioned way of going through the amateurs and everything else and building up like the audaciousness of certain of the shots that he throws at the angles that he throws them, I don't think he'd be throwing them. And because of that, it's like I'm looking and I'm saying like
he has no problem,
big up Air Force.
That's the same problem. And you're right, because he has no limitations. In his head, there's nothing now that he cannot do. You know, he's not been manufactured or taught in that kind of this is how you do things. He's come from a very, very out of the box.
And that's why he's getting the success that he's getting.
Yeah.
And not only that, he has total confidence within him.
In his abilities himself, yeah.
He has. He's got, and he has, and also the thing with him is he's actually an overachiever, yeah, on another level, because you can't think of a heavyweight, yeah, with no amateur experience, being in, he's most probably the second best heavyweight in the world now, because he just beat the man that was regarded as the second best heavyweight, because you got to go by resumes, right? Who are active. Yeah. Actually, Joshua ain't fought in a long time. Tyson Fury fought in a long time. But active heavyweight, arguably he's the second best heavyweight in the world after Usyk, because you got to think about it. Who else are now they gonna send for him? Because like he's like the Justin Hooney knockout. Justin Hooney was beating him, right? Let's not get twisted. And this is the thing. What I like about the kid is because he really does download data. We like to use this a lot, like, oh, he's downloading data. This one's downloading data, like anyone's working for IBM. No, I'm saying that he properly downloads data and he administers what he can see, and he capitalizes on openings. And he's got that, mate. And when
That's
you got that, that makes a big thing, man.
Absolutely unreal. You know, again, when I was watching the fight, there's a little bit about him that took me back to George Foreman, in the sense that when I looked at his stature and how when Foreman fought Joe Frazier, they weren't really giving him a lot of chance to win, because Frazier was obviously, at the time, Frazier was the man.
He was on fire, yeah. Frazier was on fire.
You know, and he was kind of, Foreman was the kind of underdog, but in the way that he went out and beat Joe Frazier, it kind of took me back there to the Foreman time. Not saying that they're very, very different styles of fighters, but there was something about him that reminded me of George Foreman. And I look at him now and I'm thinking, and this is kind of a strange thing to say about Wardley, that and there's another fighter that's he's a UFC fighter that is very similar. Romero, I think his name is Romero something. But he's one of these guys. When they done tests on him, they said his bone density was 2 or 3 times thicker than normal people's, and he's a fighter. But and Wardley reminds me of that kind of, the way he's, dare I say, he's got a giant canister of an head, and when he takes a punch, it just seems to bounce off of him, and he just marches forward. The only one shot that I saw that for me made any real difference to him, what Parker threw last night, was when Parker dug him down to the body with a great, fantastic left hook to the body.
Yeah.
And that, to me, the only shot that I saw that Parker threw that actually made Fabio Wardley back away when he hit him to the body, and that was it. And after that, he stepped back, took a few breaths, and got his hands up, and then started back again. And I was, it was a fantastic fight to watch. It really, really was.
What I want to ask you, Julius, do you think the stoppage, because Howard Foster's getting a lot of stick, because I was out last night in Manchester, a place called Rematch, so I got to big them up because it's a shisha lounge. They did a banging steak, so they really looked after me and my coldie down there, right? So I watched the fight in there, and when I was there, just to see Howard Foster, if you watch the fight back again, like, I understand on the stoppage, but it was like when he was throwing the shots weren't landing on Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
There's an argument that the fight was stopped prematurely. I'm not one of those because had Joseph Parker been firing back when he was under the attack, or had he learned to hold, I'm seeing like, or all of these kind of things, and the great experience that you've had. You've been a world champion. You've beaten some really good men. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder, Zhang. You've been going Bacoli. Where's your holding game in there? There was no holding game. Like,
when Wardley was teeing off, and there were times when he could have grabbed hold of him, danced him around, and got his cognitive back into and his fight back, maybe fighting back into the game, making the referee look, making the referee part him, taking a few 10 seconds to get back into the fight. You're going to step back, even going to go back. And these are things that I learned. Stepping back, maybe moving behind the referee or to the side of the referee. So the referee has to turn around, make a positive intentions for you to get back into the fight. all these things, all these little tricks are there. As an experienced fighter, I think he's even his team should have been playing on those things when he did get hurt, but he didn't. And I think Josh Taylor said it last night. Why is he not holding? Why is he not grabbing hold of Wardley when those punches were raining down?
Was it Carl Frampton?
Oh, sorry. Was it Josh Taylor?
No, Carl Frampton.
Was it Carl?
Yeah, Carl Frampton was doing
my bad.
Carl Frampton, yeah.
Sorry. But that's what they was making that point last night, that he weren't grabbing hold and he weren't trying to hold on. He was taking the shot and then soaking him up and then firing back. And yes, he wasn't getting caught clean. When the stoppage came, the last 2 or 3 punches never actually caught. It was catching him on his shoulder, never actually hit him in the head. The last couple of punches, what I saw, and then as he was firing back, as he put 3 more shots back at Wardley, but the referee, he saw it, but he had been caught prior to that.
Yeah, he was. He caught with a hard right hand.
Yeah. So, do we want to see fighters laid out, like not completely out and whatever? It happens, yes. This is heavyweight boxing, but it was not necessary for that. And I think with the way the fight was going, and it was a minute and a half left in the round, maybe a minute and 20, 25 seconds or whatever left in the round, it would have only got worse. So I think, we've seen in fights in yesteryear that people have said, "Oh, the referees jumped in too quick," but then we've seen when the referee hasn't maybe stepped in quick enough, then the referee again gets criticised. So I think he did.
It does. But I'm saying Howard Foster, just to answer UK88, yep, he's the same referee who stopped the first fight with George Groves and Carl Froch.
Right.
And when there's a lot of things where people want to scream it out. There's loads of times when you look on it and say, like, sometimes you gotta look at it and say, I'd rather a referee too early than too late. Right? Yeah. Right. And I'm saying you can't give them no excuses. If you know that you got Howard Foster, and I'm gonna not even blame. What I'm gonna say is this: it's like you've got to prepare for every eventuality. If you know you've got Howard Foster in there, right? Somebody in the camp, in their team, right? Andy Lee is a very good trainer, but he's a young trainer, right? I'm saying, I'm looking at eventuality. But who's the referee? What's the referee's track record, right? You know what? We ain't gonna be in any trouble. We're not gonna be backed up. No one's not gonna be able to get to tee off on you, because when they do, then they're gonna stop it. And also, you have to remember that even though he's based over here and he trains outside of Tyson Fury's camp up in Ireland and blah, 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 and all the rest of it, you also got to take into consideration you're still the foreign fighter. You're still the foreigner, right?
That's right.
Okay, right. So as much as they're pushing and all the rest of it, you're not the house fighter. So you got things ain't gonna go according to in your favor. Right, they're not. And that's what we saw yesterday. But also what I realized with Joseph Parker, sorry there, Julius. What I realized with him, he don't throw his right hand straight. He kind of cuffs it. He doesn't throw it out straight. I'm wondering if there was any shoulder damage or something going into the fight. I'm just looking at that thinking, right, because that right hand should have been coming out far more authoritarian.
Again, the thing with Joseph Parker, Joe is not going to make any excuses. So whether he did have an injury or not, I don't think he's going to say that was to blame. He went out there, and like he said, he wanted the fight. He took the fight. And as far as I was concerned, I thought he was just ahead in the fight. I thought he was still ahead in the fight leading up to the stoppage. So I don't. He won't want to make excuses. I think he's, as he said, he got beat by the better guy that night.
Yeah, I saw his interview, and fair play to him. But I'm just looking at the fight, and I'm saying he weren't throwing the right hand like how he's. And also, I think he came in too heavy as well.
Yeah, that's right. You've seen him do better. Well, no,
and he come in heavy.
Better. but seen him throw a more positive right hands, maybe. Yeah, yeah. But maybe you're right. He might have had an injury. He might well have had an injury. But again, no excuses. I don't think he's not one to make excuses. But I will again have to say, even with the stoppage and him coming off, me getting it wrong, it was just
not just you, quite a few people, not just you, quite a few people called it wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, whereas I know both of them, I weren't really gonna, cause I just know it's a good fight, and I know like how both of them handled themselves as gentlemen. It wasn't a fight that really took off in the eyes or the imagination of the public, right?
Right, that's right.
But what we just realized, like last night, what we witnessed from Fabio is like now it's alarm bells are rung to the whole of the world.
Wow.
Because everybody's talking about it, the whole world. Guys out in America talking about
the heavyweight boxing world has been put on blast now. For real.
Properly. Yeah. And more so that the fact that even though when he's in there, he bit on his gum shield and he just went for it.
Yeah.
And you got, I mean, and I like that with him because like that style is very appeasing, but it's also so fan friendly.
Yeah, it was. And when I was watching the fight, and certain little things that he's done last night, and he's did maybe during his career, and he was saying, and he said in his interview that he's never been, he's not the best, but what he does and what he's learned over the, because he's learning he's actually really learning everything on the job. There were certain little things that he did, certain little moves that he made, and I just thought to myself, as a seasoned maybe, and a guy that's come through the amateur game and built his record in his pro career, he does these things that are not quite boxing talk, but as a fighter, as someone who has fight inside him, that it just comes as a natural thing for him to do. You know, just there was a couple of little moves that I saw, and I thought, wow, that's not really a move that a studied a taught boxer would actually do. It's just a move that maybe just a guy who is a fighting man, as they say, would just naturally do. You know, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by Wardley. You know,
you know what? I was too.
It was a real, and everybody that I've spoken to about the fight has said what a great fight it was. Nobody has complained and said, "Oh, the guys they was holding and hugging and this and that." Everybody said what a great. It was a back and forwards fight, and what a great fight it was. Everybody that I've spoken to and that has mentioned the fight said it was one of those fights that will go down generations. You know?
It will, because it was that fight. It was amazing, to tell you the honest truth. And it was like a joy to go and see.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a proper joy to go and see. Like, what do you think's next for Josie Parker? And also, what do you think for the big stuff? What do you for Parker, what do you think's next for him?
You know, I think what they was trying to say, and leading up to the fight, they was talking about it's Josie Parker's last stand. If he doesn't win, he's going to be put out to retire. Joe has still got, over here, we've got guys that are coming back that need to come back and need to
have a dance partner.
Yes, have a dance partner and build their resume again. What is the Bois going to do? If Joshua comes back, what is he going to do? If Tyson Fury comes back, what is he going to do?
Well, Tyson Fury and Parker will not fight each other because they're maybe
wrong there, but
that one, forget that one.
Parker, I wouldn't say that Parker's a gatekeeper, but he is still one to beat.
Well, you know what? I do feel sorry for him because he had his big opportunity earlier this year in February where he went to fight Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
Right? So,
but could that fight not still happen?
Maybe, potentially it could. Potentially, it
because
could.
the bar has to come back. The bar still has to make a move to come back because he's been beaten as well, you know. And it's not just that he's been beaten; it was the fashion and the way that he got beat. That maybe Parker is a test. Parker is a good test.
Mm, he
If
is.
Parker fights anything like he did last night, and he can bring himself back to anything like he did last night, he's a genuine test for 3 or 4 guys out there. He really is. Um, the fact that we don't or haven't seen any real Americans, any real American big names. We've got a couple of who is the is it Caballero?
Caballero, yeah.
Yeah, the guy that they're talking about who is making moves. There's a couple of Eastern European guys that they can bring over and bring in, but the likes of Joshua and Dubois, and even dare I say, even if Tyson is going to fight again, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Well, Goldie's just said about it, like Dubois versus Wardley is next. No Usyk. You know what? I could,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
laughing. I could actually see that fight happening.
But not now, because I don't think Frank Warren wouldn't put that fight on. Frank Warren wouldn't sanction that fight. Not for Wardley now, because Wardley is in the driving seat. He's the one with that everybody's chasing right now to get the belt. Yeah, so Frank Warren wouldn't put that. Frank Warren, I don't think would risk putting the ball on Wardley, even though it's a mouth-watering fight. Even though it is a mouth-watering fight, because you have 2 young live like with the bar. The bar has actually tasted being world champion. He's actually tasted it. Now Wally is the interim champion, but he's on the cusp of fighting the man. So does he risk that? No, he doesn't. Would he take the fight after? Maybe.
I don't know if you watched the undercard of the show.
No, I didn't get to see the undercard.
Like nobody really did. I know Ezra Taylor got a decent TKO victory over what's his over Steed Woodall. Ezra Taylor is a very, very good talent. He's being trained right now by Malik Scott. So he's always out in America. He's doing his bits with Malik Scott. And he got a win. He got stopped. And he should have been fighting for the British title, right?
Okay.
Like Lewis Edmonton, he pulled out of the fight. And like you see, like ND's turned around saying like, yeah, Ezra looked good. Unfortunately, I didn't even get to see that fight. I mean, I've seen highlights, but I didn't get to see the fight.
All right. My son, one of my boys mentioned there's a guy that's getting a young fighter that was on early in the evening, who's been looked after and trained by Roy Jones. Young fighter.
Mitchell Smith, yeah.
What's his name?
Mitchell Smith.
Mitchell, that's it. Yeah. So he had I think he had a 4 or 6 rounder.
No, sorry, well, it wasn't Mitchell Smith. No, sorry, I've forgotten the kid's name, man. Oh man, what's the kid's name? But my mate Lee from Body Shots looks after him as well.
Okay. I'm sure he's not Mitchell.
Was it him? Are you sure? I know there's a kid on the show, Mitchell Smith.
He was on about 4 or 5 o'clock. He was on very early.
Okay. And he got a win, yeah?
He said my son said he's trained by he looked after
Roy Jones. Yeah, Roy Jones is in the town now.
Yeah.
Roy Jones is out here,
yeah. Yeah, that's a
Tony Curtis is the kid you're thinking about. Tony Curtis.
Right?
Tony Curtis is the kid you're thinking about.
Yeah, Tony Curtis. He's got a name like an actor. Famous actor.
Yeah, that's it. Tony Curtis. I mean, he got 6 round points win.
He won points. Yeah.
Yeah, he got 6 round points win.
He's got very good hands. He said he's quite a good kid. He's one to watch.
Okay. Well, you know what? It was early on, but like kids that got some like decent rebuilding. Like he had his first pro fight all the way like 3 years ago, which he lost his first pro fight. But since
Yeah,
then he's come back, and it's at that stage where I mean you're in with journeyman, but he's like a super flyweight. So
right.
it's gonna be hard to match him anyway because like once you
Yeah,
go up a
yeah,
level, and
because
then
he's
little
come
weights,
through.
once you go up a
Yeah,
level, then you're there. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, thank you very much, Joe. You put like Tony Curtis on it as well. I saw the pad work that he was doing with my mate Lee in the change. I got a lot of time for Lee. Good trainer,
yeah.
very good. Yeah, and he wore Ricky Hatton shorts. That's right, Joe. He
Oh,
did.
okay.
Yeah, he wore Ricky
Yeah,
Hatton shorts as paying homage
wow.
to Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah, and
Joe.
he got. Yeah, I mean, he got his win. So I mean, hopefully he can get the sixth rounder. He can just keep on building. He just keep on building,
Yeah,
keep on building.
yeah. In his career, hopefully making some small moves in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately, I didn't see Undercard.
and like Don Charles has got a cruiserweight kid from Albania.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He fought some guy, Rolly Lambert. What's the guy?
Mm.
Jurgen. And I ain't gonna lie, that was a fight before the main event.
Right.
And it was like this kid, Rolly Lambert, he's an African kid. It, I just wasn't impressed with that fight, bro. You know what I mean? Seriously, I wasn't impressed with it at all.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
that Lambert kid needs to kind of like he's got skills and you can see he must heavily watch um he must heavily watch Floyd Mayweather because he's got a lot of
Yeah.
Mayweather kind of I mean he is like how
Sorry,
Mayweather
I laugh when I hear this because I think what youngsters need to know and need to understand and realize in the game of boxing, yes, you can have your eyes on certain fighters that you like and um try to emulate their style, but it's the fundamentals. If you don't have the fundamentals, I'm going to say this. If you do not have the fundamentals, then forget about all the flashy stuff. Forget it.
seriously
Work on the fundamentals
and
first.
he didn't work enough. And the thing about it is this is like Don Charles's fighter. Don Charles should have told him to really stick it on him, and then when he did stick it on him, and the times that he did, he was getting
Mm,
very, very good success. But you know, I mean, I'm gonna be
yeah,
real with you. I'm happy to see like Don Charles be back, and it was still a big stage because it was chief support to
right.
Wardley and Parker,
Yeah.
but I didn't. I mean, like I said, I was in the shisha lounge watching the fight. So they were saying, "I will put on after this fight." So they were watching the UFC. They was watching Tom
Mm,
Aspinall fight.
you
Yeah,
that's
he got fingered in his eye badly, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, the guy popped him in his eye. So yeah, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Joe, he's saying a generation of fighters in the 80s ruined themselves trying to copy Ali. The same is going on today with Mayweather. And you know what? I totally and utterly hear you because this is what happens when great fighters come in, yeah, who grab the attention, then everybody tries to jump on and try to be just like them, right?
Mm.
That's just what happens, and that's like I remember at the time when everyone was trying to be Roy Jones. I remember the time when everyone was trying to be Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Do
Yeah.
you remember that? Everybody was trying to be Mike Tyson. I remember that. I found it very, very annoying. But I remember everybody was trying to be like Mike. I remember who was it? I tell you I remember when and what year was this? This was 1990 ABAs when
Mm,
then Adrian Carew, who changed his name to
yeah.
Adrian Dodson,
Yeah.
right, was at the Lynn. And I remember when he won, and this was 1990. When was it 1990 or 89? When he
Was
won
he
the London,
the London
when he
aviation?
won the London, he won the London ABAs. Do you remember that?
Mm,
And he
yeah.
stopped. I remember, and them times there, the London ABAs was televised on ITV,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the full ABAs was always on BBC. And I remember, like, he stopped his guy, yeah, and everyone was like talking about, oh yeah, he stopped the guy, and then afterwards he was doing his neck like he was Mike Tyson. Do you remember that? I always remember that, and that's the thing. It's like that is the influence of greatness. Like you see it, and then you're just gonna, I'm gonna be like that because they had on this and blah blah blah. Because like when I used to fight, I always predominantly wore white and black shorts, and everyone thought I was trying to be like Michael Lee. It wasn't. I wore white and black shorts because of Michael Spinks, because that was my hero as a kid growing up. And he used to wear white and black shorts. So I wanted to be like Michael Spinks. So it is like they have an influence, but it's very true because that kid who boxed last night like lacked substance. You know what I mean? And it was a big stage. It was a big because you know what? This Yugen kid, the guy who Don Charles has got, I'd like him, like seriously. Who's the cruiserweight kid in who boxed in Nigeria recently? He's always coming on the show. Brandon Gannon. I'd love to see them two get on, because I think that their two styles would gel, and it would gel in a way that it'll make a fight a very, very entertaining fight that we want to come out and say, yeah, I'd like to go and see that. I'd like to go and watch that. But that was a bit of a lackluster fight. But certain times, would you rather look good and lose or look bad and win?
And win, yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. You know what I mean?
If you get the W, that's kind of like.
And so, I don't want anyone sitting there thinking that I'm trying to slag him off and blah 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 and all this. I'm just saying, of what I witnessed last night, I'm saying like that was a very, very big stage that you
constructive criticism is something that we or young people or the boxing fraternity has to learn to be able to take constructive criticism, because we as ex-fighters are looking and seeing and saying, well, that could have been done different, or maybe they should change this and the other. We only look at this. It's not that we're jealous or making criticism saying the guy is a bad fighter or anything. It's just about, at the end of the day, we want to better it's looking to maybe put seeds in their head to plant and make little things grow.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But
it's being horrible.
You know what? It's like how the game is evolving right now, I think it's really cool how boxing is right now. How boxing is bringing out like so many good fighters, and it was nice yesterday to see a show that Riyadh season didn't have anything to do with, right? And
it has nothing to do with it. I thought they were promoting.
No, I didn't see. No, I didn't really see much Riyadh.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't see much Riyadh season. Maybe they were, but what I'm trying to say, it wasn't a big drive. It wasn't a big drive where it's Turkey Al Sheikh and da-da-da.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I thought that was nice because we got Britain got a fantastic fight last night, and Britain we also saw a birth of a superstar and of a guy that is a supreme overachiever, because like you think about it, a man had 4 white collar fights. I want you just realize this part here, and deep it, right? No amateur experience whatsoever. He had 4 white collar fights, and like they were saying, like guys at the border control were saying, like now, in the old days, if you were a white collar fighter, you could turn pro, right? Now, because what they'll do, they would arrange a sparring session for you to spar, then you get assessed. Now the whole thing's changed. Now they're saying, no, this is not going to be the case. What we're going to have now, we're going to white collar fighters cannot turn professional. You're going to have to do it the correct way and go into the amateurs, right? And then get licensed. Yeah, and then get licensed.
I've got to say this. Continuing this. Big shout out to Dillian Whyte for what he did with Fabio Wardley.
Come on.
By taking him and looking at him and saying that guy has something. Got to say a big shout out to him, because
massive.
There's a lot of guys out there who'll go, yeah, I can fight, I can do this. But Wardley, when I've had 4 white collars, Dillian has gone, you know what? There's something in this guy. And since then, Wardley's just gone on better. And now he's taken himself right to the very top, not quite to the peak, because that's the next step for him. But yeah, Dillian should sit back and really take a pat on the back. You know what I mean? Big shout out.
Most definitely, mate.
I think he's kind of been a bit sidelined himself, but big shout out.
You know what? Massive shout out to Dillian Whyte, because he's the one that took. Don't worry about that. Yeah. He's the one that did take the chance on him, because, and it's worked. You know what I mean? It's worked. Yeah. So all the credit in the world should be given to Dillian for what he's done, because and I mean that, all the credit in the world should be given to Dillian, because boy, I didn't see nobody else trying to take that pun on him. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. No. At all. So yeah, fair play to him, because and seeing as we're speaking about Dillian, right? You got Dillian and Chisora going to be going at it.
Are they going to be fighting again?
They're going to be fighting again in December, my friend.
The two of them going to fight each other.
Yeah, in December.
Sorry, I'm going to ask why. Why?
You know what? And it's going to be pay-per-view as well. I think two old war horses make for a good punch-up, mate. And yeah, so that's what's happening.
Should I call out Mike Tyson then? Who would want to watch that? Me and Mike Tyson. Nobody.
Well, I think. Well, remember, it's 2-0 to Dillian Whyte. So maybe, personally, Derek Chisora wants to shut him up. You know. But yeah, that's the fight that's going to be made.
All right, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I might watch it, but it's not. It's a fight that's kind of. It hasn't got anything. There's nothing on the line. I think it's just bragging rights, isn't it?
It is bragging rights, and like Checkmate is saying, it's still a grudge match. So, am I going to turn around and say, like, this is a fight that I'm running to go and see? No, but it was more to the fact of I'm not well, there's still fights after Dillian comes second best against Moses Atama. It's more to the fact of saying, well, there's still going to be some fun fights left for Dillian Whyte. And Derek Chisora, yes, Guzzi.
Remind me who was Chisora's last fight? Who was Chisora's last fight?
What's his name? What's the brother? He's in February. There's Chisora's last fight. Oh man, I couldn't brother's name come out of my head.
Joe Joyce.
No. He got a win. His last fight, he got a win.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Otu Walling was his last. Thank you very much. I mean, I just couldn't picture the name. Thank you so much.
And then, that was in February.
Yeah.
That was in February.
Yeah.
So it's a big gap. 10 months till the fight. Dillian Whyte was 3 months ago, something like that. Looked in great shape. I'm going to not knock him, he was in great shape. But there was no, obviously, with Talma, who is again a precocious talent, there was no substance there. So that's the only thing I'm looking at. Is it would we consider it as a dangerous fight? Physically, and that's where I think there comes a time. I think we might have spoken about this before. There comes a time when we have to say we need to put the game down, put it down, and kind of go off into the sun.
Well, I think it's more to do with the
I
fact
would
of.
like to see guys that I know get hurt in the game. It's not nice. And yes, all right, then the guys might be training and whatever, but there comes a time when you have to put it down. I've learned this myself. Something that I've learned myself. You know. So, but I don't know if they're obviously getting paid. Someone's going to watch it. Some people that might be out there calling for it. They obviously are.
Well, the thing about it is this: it's still a fun fight. I can't. It's still a fun fight. It's just taking too long to happen. Oh, sorry, checkmate Spencer. We need to talk on the Devin Haney Brian Norman fight. I reckon it could be fight of the year contender. Devin could make a huge statement if he wins. I don't know if you know anything about Brian Norman. He's the
No.
WBO welterweight champion.
Yeah.
And he's a knockout specialist, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a knockout specialist. Devin the Dream Haney now, 2-weight world champion.
Yeah.
Had a very lackluster performance the other day against his Ramirez brother.
Yeah.
But he's still a very, very highly skilled competitor. So yeah, because of that, But yeah, Brian Norman combined. That's on the same night, God willing, that Andy Yarde becomes the WBC light heavyweight champion.
Yes.
Against David Benavidez.
So a big shout. Again, I was talking about this fight with a couple of my friends over West, and they were saying, "What can Anthony Yarde do?" I believe Anthony Yarde can pull off an upset.
And you know what?
I think he can pull up an upset.
I ain't gonna jump and say that because I jump and say that they're gonna say, "Oh, you're only saying it because they're your people and blah 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 and all the rest of it." And I know the flaws that I see in Benavidez, right? And it's for Anthony Yarde to capitalize on the flaws that Benavidez does. You know what I mean? I don't want to say anything on here in case Benavidez people are listening to, but I know the mistake that he makes. I tell Tunde regularly, and like Tunde's getting sick and tired of me keep on telling him, he's like, they got their game plan, and God willing, they're gonna come out successful. Yeah, that is it. Right? That is it. But what I am saying is like this Brian Norman. Yeah, he's a killer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, he can bang. But you know what? He's very strong as well. But Devin is very, very highly skilled. You know what I mean?
Brian, the fella, he's got a, is he the, very short hair,
right? Yeah, that's right, him.
And he has his hair kind of different colors or something? Is that him?
Nah, that's not him.
No, okay. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, bro, you'll see this guy. Trust me, the guy can bang. Trust me on that. The guy is serious. Let me go find something and I'll go show it to you right now. The guy seriously punch. Right, he can seriously punch, and he goes. He goes at you.
Now, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna. Where am I?
There we go. I'll show you a little clip of him right now up on the screen, and you can see for yourself. You know what I mean? I'll show you something of this kid right now. There we go.
Okay. Hold on. What are you doing? Right. Keep it there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I think that.
Yeah, he can punch. He can probably punch me.
Yeah. And what weight is he? What weight is he fighting at?
Welterweight.
That's a welter.
WBO champion.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. A bit naughty.
Watch this.
My goodness. Watch the reaction of the upper body. Watch the reaction here. Never saw it coming. Watch the shoulders and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he doesn't even look like he's turning he doesn't look like he's turning his shoulders or body into those punches, you know.
Yeah.
That uppercut is just, it's just really quick. Oh, yeah, he is turning.
Yeah, he can bang. He's a proper banger. He's a proper banger. But you know what? In saying that, I do believe that Devin Haney is very, very skilled, and he's gonna. I mean, he's gonna have to put that work.
He's gonna have to work it.
Yeah.
If that's what you got in front of you, you're gonna have to put the work in. He's gonna have to hone his skills. Not that he hasn't got skills.
Yeah, but I know what Devin Haney is a lot stronger than people give him credit for. You know, Devin Haney is a strong fighter. He's a strong fighter. You know what I mean? So I ain't jumping like, oh, it's gonna be curtains for him and blah, because it would not surprise me in the least if Devin Haney was to outpoint, and that's the truth. But yeah, it was his last fight. Yeah, I mean, against Jin Saki out in Japan. I'm gonna just show you this clip here, and then you can see for yourself that he can crack. Yeah, I mean, he can crack. There we go. Oh, what's the matter with this thing? The kid can properly crack.
Right, the other way. That's it. Take it the other way a bit more. Towards your right. There you go. Take there. That's it.
Yeah, I watch this.
Body shot by
Norman. Oh. And he was moving away as well.
Yeah.
He looked like he was looking backwards when he threw that.
Look, man, the guy's dangerous, man.
He looked like he was going backwards when he threw that.
Look at Chisora. 1 second.
Wow. What's Derek gonna say? He's gonna have a go.
Yo. What are you saying? I'm live on the show. No, I'm just live on the show. So it's on you and Dillian Whyte.
Dillian
Whyte or Dillian Whyte?
Dillian Whyte, sir. Dillian Whyte.
Am I on your show now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's on there.
All right, there you go.
It'll be announced next week.
It'll be announced next week. All right. We've heard from the big man himself.
Yeah, the body snatcher. He looks. But you know what? I thought I should just make it 3-on-3, innit? Because I boxed Tyson Fury 3 times, and then Dillian can't be just once, twice. And I'll do it the third time again in Manchester. So where it all started.
And it's gonna be December, yeah?
December, yeah.
What date in December, sir?
13th of December.
13th of December.
At the Co-op Arena.
At the Co-op Arena, I have to be there for that because at the first two, and they were fantastic fights. The first fight has been one of the best British heavyweight fights that I've seen. But you know, in a British ring, that was a proper bum burner. That was a swing.
Yeah,
but, you know, that's what we like.
Yep.
You know,
but what did you think of? What did you think of last night? What did you think of last night? Because I heard you say something about the training of Joseph Parker.
I don't believe Joseph Parker trained hard enough for that fight. I think he took it very lightly. He came in overweight. That was not his weight. He didn't look in shape. He didn't do enough training-wise for cardio because both fighters didn't do enough for cardio because every time they will chuck a double jab, they will stop on the second base because they want to regroup the energy. It was more like jab, and then they will take a breather and then jab again. But what I like about Fabio is when Fabio is just striking, Fabio is orthodox. You know, he's just one of those fighters like, if he's chucking, he's just going to chuck until he hits you, you know, and then falls on you, and then takes a big gulp of air and then goes again. You know, he does that in sparring. So
yeah, he's got that button, innit? He's got that button. You press that button, he wants to go.
Yeah,
he kind of did say that last night as well.
I sparred almost 100 rounds with Fabio, and it's always like every time I hit him, he keeps bouncing back. And so it's quite cool. So I knew he was going to win him because Joseph Parker hasn't had a big fight for about a year because, you know, he boxed.
Bakoli.
Look at everybody's boxed in the last 2 years. They've been great. You know. So when he got in there with the young, I don't even know why he took this fight, to be honest with you.
You know what? Because he was getting stealth, and it was an offer, most probably a good offer. And he's thinking, okay, I'm going to take it and see where it leads to. But, you know what I mean?
Nah, but you just wait your life.
So, yeah, I mean, what's going to happen when you go up against Dillian Whyte on the 13th of December and Whyte-Chisora?
I'm going to smoke that guy in 2 rounds, bro.
You're going to smoke him in 2 rounds? Oh.
Yeah, you're going to know why I hit him, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know how I fight, bro. To the death, bro.
Okay.
Rounds, bro.
Well,
I'll
superstar.
put my myself.
I ain't going to keep you. Thanks for calling, and you just been live on The Fight Is Right. And yeah.
Where's Tunde? He's gone to Saudi already?
No. Tunde's in camp right now with Andy Yarde. He hasn't flown out yet, but he's flying out pretty soon. I do know that.
Oi. I want to bait Tunde up right now. We live right now, yeah?
Yeah, we're live.
I know he's going to be very upset, yeah? So, you know, every Monday I do my Versa climb. I go to this mission I do every Monday.
All right.
And then I said to Anthony Yarde, you need to come and do it. So Anthony Yarde came to do it with Ruben. Yeah. The first time he came, he did the good numbers, Anthony Yarde. Second time he came back again, and then Tunde was there. And I go, Tunde, for you to understand how he's feeling right now, you need to hit 3 minutes on this. He goes, of course I hit 3 minutes on this. Of course I'll hit 3 minutes on this. He hit 3 minutes, bro, yeah? We nearly called an ambulance for the guy. Bro, even my father knows, like, is your friend okay? I'm like, yeah, he was just lying, bro. No, he nearly died.
Bro.
Yeah. We nearly got an ambulance for him, and then now he understands that thing is not to mess around with. And I want to advise all fighters, yeah, if they can get a hold of that machine, that should be the machine they use.
Okay, what's the machine called?
The Versa climber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That thing makes you realize what time it is, bro.
Right. You know what? Derek, don't give out too much information to these people. You just keep that trading for yourself. Get ready for Dillian Whyte. Because what people don't realize is this: anybody looking on the Dillian Whyte fight when he fought Balls of the Time are thinking that this fight is very personal. You two, very, very personal. It's a long time grudge.
It's a personal fight.
It's a very, very personal.
You know what upset me the most with Dillian?
Go on.
He sent a message to my nephew after my nephew won the fight.
Yeah.
And he said he's gonna kill me this time.
Oh, well, listen.
I mean,
look.
Yeah, he sent a message to my nephew. Can you believe it?
Yeah, well, he wants to kill you. And
yeah, he was in the ring. He says he's gonna kill me.
And Derek, I'm glad that you did say that because now it makes it interesting.
Now it makes it interesting. Why is there always gonna be beef between these two?
Why?
Huh? Why? Yes.
You know, the beef has been going on for so long. That's Julius Trump. Why is there always beef?
There's no beef, man. They just have rivals, bro.
Yeah, that's rivals.
Yeah, we don't hate each other that much.
No, that's so. Yeah, so.
When it's all said and done, bro, we can sit down and break bread together and just enjoy ourselves.
Yes. All right.
But you're going to smoke him like a Cuban cigar. Okay.
Oh, man, yeah. Like Cuban, like a Jamaican spliff.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, wow.
But, okay. Thank you so much for the phone call, Derek, all right?
Peace out, man.
Love her, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's kind of serious. That is kind of serious.
As I say, it's not, for me, it's a 10-rounder, 12-rounder, because it's not for any belts, is it?
No, it's not. It's for the championship of each other. That's what it's for.
It's for the championship of their own backyard.
But we also got to be realistic as well. And Whyte-Chisora is going to go into this fight listed as the favorite, right? That's the truth.
Yeah,
right?
He says he's serious. He's
Yeah.
serious. He's taking it serious. So yeah, I suppose it's not to be scoffed at. But yeah, I don't know. If Derek is talking like that, I might watch it.
You know what? We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
That has been the hour. I'm gonna make sure that Manny can lock us off, but I wanted to go for an hour. I gave you guys an hour. I've had a very hectic last 2 days. I was on a call, so I'm knackered. And I just got back. I just got back indoors. I'm gonna finish the rest of my dinner, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And yeah, we Tyrone, we do need Tunde to address this, but not right now. So, and on that note, it's all peace and love. My end. Thank you so much to Julius Francis for joining me on the show. The
Thank you
former
very much,
British
Fabio.
and Commonwealth heavyweight champion, and the
Thank
man
you.
that was on some mad Indian summer, which I can remember clearly back in 1999. You know what I mean? You just whooping everyone. You whoop Scott Welsh, you whoop Pele Reed, and then you whoop Danny Williams. So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to tell us the secret on how to reverse time. Right. So on that
Thank
note,
you.
we end the show. Dream it, believe it, become it. Coming up, I wish everybody a fantastic next 7 strong days because we don't get weak. As my brother Addy says, we get deep. Peace, 2 fingers, we out. Love.